a secret spot just for us, where you can see the city perfectly. We don't have to do drugs, kiss or touch, but if you want to, that works for me.
Yo, what's up guys? Jason here from HustleMode, and I want to talk about content creation. So, as we're traveling around the United States, we're creating content as we go. A lot of the things is, sometimes I feel like content comes easily to a lot of people. They just don't either write it down, write the ideas down, or they don't execute. So they'll have something come up, they'll be like, oh, that's a great thing to talk about, that's a great thing to write about, that's a great thing to do a video about. But they don't execute, right? Or they don't remember them. So one of the things is, when you're going around, you're seeing different things, you're talking to different people, talk to as many people as possible. And learn their background, learn their story, learn their struggles, learn their defeats, and learn their successes, because a lot of that will inspire you. And I think the way that I am, and it might not be the same as everyone else, but there's going to be somewhere out there very similar to me, is I'm more of an inspiration than a planner. So I get inspired. Rather than planning, I get inspired. So I'll be talking to someone, something will come up, and it will fire something inside of me that will give me that inspiration to go ahead and talk about something. But the difference is I execute. And the moment I get that, I either write that shit down, I put it in my phone, I put it in a book, I take a note of it, or we start filming it pretty much straight away. Because that inspiration, that fire, that spontaneous kind of like fire, is something that cannot be put there. When you grab a microphone, when you grab a camera, and you just want to start talking about it, it becomes very kind of like robotic. I mean, some people are better than me, but I don't really enjoy doing like, you know, set up planned videos. Because if I do it, I'm like this. I'll be like, B, okay, we're gonna do a video, we're gonna plan for it, okay. And I'll be like this, I'll be like, hi guys, Jason here. I'll become robotic, right? I'll become robotic, and I'll become very uninspired and very unmotivated. But if I just do it inspirational, off the cuff, right there and then, just go bang, I'll get it going. Another way to create content is blogs, right? You can do exactly what we're doing right now. You could turn this into a blog post. You could turn this into anything you wanted to. You could turn it into a mini video. You could turn it into an Instagram video, a Facebook video, a YouTube video. You could turn it into a video that goes inside of an email with a click-through link to land on a page that has that video on there. You could turn it into something for a lead generation magnet. You could do anything with it. You could get that turned into a blog post. You can have somebody transpose that, right? We've already spoke about that before, but you can have somebody transpose that for like $4 an hour and then have somebody fix it up. So that's another thing. Interviews. You go around, and again, this is where networking comes in, and a lot of good entrepreneurs are fucking phenomenal networkers, right? A good way to do it is network with people. You'll get inspired, but also you'll meet people that you may never have ever met before in your entire life. So you could have that potential to find out who they are, where they're from, and where they are right now, and they could maybe benefit your article, they could benefit your story, they could benefit anything that you do. Great content can be an interview. Another type of great content I feel is, what is great content? SoundCloud. You can take your audio, bang, put it on a SoundCloud or a podcast or things like that. A podcast is a great type of, you know, content. But how to create them, I feel, is either, if you're a planner, fucking plan it. Find a researcher, tell them to go research some of the hottest topics in Forbes, Entrepreneur, you know, or Gossip magazine, whatever the fuck it is you're talking about. Go find, ask yourself the question, where is my target market looking? Do they listen on radio? Do they look at magazines? Do they read books? Do they listen to podcasts? Do they read things online? What Facebook groups do they follow? Have a researcher, give them a list of these things and say, hey, I want you to go find the most engaging topics, shit that people are clicking like on, shit that's hitting the top, you know, on the websites or things like that. Take those and turn it into your own. Sometimes curated content is some of the best. If you can regurgitate something that somebody else has already taught, but put it in your own words, it can inspire the people that are your audience, your tribe, your fans, people who are following you, people that relate with you, right? Because as I've said before, sometimes people won't respond to me. You won't relate to me, but there's some people watching this going, he's a fucking idiot, right? You're probably gonna think I'm an idiot. That's fine. And you might relate to fucking Steve over there, and Steve's like, hi guys, so this is how we do it. And you might be like, fuck, I love Steve. Steve's chilled as shit. And you might listen to Steve. Steve might be your fucking idol, right? Steve could listen to what I say and turn it into his own words, and you'll hear it from him, you won't hear it from me. Same shit when you're talking to anyone else. They might not hear from someone else, but they might hear it from you because they might relate to you and they might connect with you. So please put your content out there, even if it's curated from somebody else, if it's regurgitated from somebody else, it's fine. Use it in your own words and say how you have experienced it. Share stories. One there, it's parables. People learn best from parables. So when you're thinking of content, please try and turn it into a story. Very hard for me to do that. I wanted to working on ways to build stories for you guys. But they're what we call the short stories, right? We have short stories that you guys are going to start seeing more and more of. This is very on the spot, just talking, but we're actually going to be building these short stories to get a point across, but in a story form, because people learn best from stories, right? Short parables. You think about the Bible is all written in parables. And you know, it's how many millions and billions of people who follow the Bible. Same shit with everything else, the Quran, everything else is all in short stories and parables. So one of the best teachers, they say, was Jesus. He was speaking in parables. But guys, I think content can be anything. If you can take something, content to me is something that is valuable to someone else. So if you can find something, if you think it has value, and if you can teach them, if you can get them from A to B in any given situation, that is content right there. A book, an article, a YouTube video, a Facebook, an Instagram, a post, whatever. Content is anything and everything that can provide value to somebody. All right, guys, so please do your best to just create as much content as you can. Try not to overthink it. If you're a planner, plan it. Find someone to research. Schedule out your fucking content. If you're an inspirational, spontaneous person like me, talk to so many people. Gain inspiration from people. I'm an extrovert, so I get energy from people. If I'm talking to you, you're gonna give me energy, and bang, I'm gonna hear something. It's gonna spark something inside of me. I'm gonna go, I need to talk about that, and I'm gonna go do it. Number one, talk to people or plan. Execute afterwards. Always fucking execute. If you can't remember it, write down, and if you can, do it right away. Just fucking do it right now. Alright guys, so please execute on.
But if you want to, that works for me. We can both pretend it's the first time, like we don't know what heartbreak feels like.